So 276, now that we have the ability to declare an array, what we want to be able to do is actually access the elements in that array. So there's a couple of things here to know starting off the bat is that we will get to initializing these variables. So what we want is to provide values for these because otherwise, like you have seen, it gives us the opportunity to run into issues if we are going to try and use the values that are stored in an uninitialized array, because that is just relying on whatever crap was left over in those contiguous memory elements from previous runs of C++, previous runs of Replit, previous runs of Visual Studio Code, whatever it is that you are using to run your code here. This starts on page 383, and I just want to show you up here. We have an array declared called hours. Now, there are 6 elements in this array: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we always use that n minus 1 to get us to the number of the element we're referring to. Minus 1 gets us the actual element number, as opposed to the 6th element in the array is really array element sub 5. So I'll stop mentioning that here in the next couple of videos. It's just something, again, we do have to get used to. When we declare our 6-element array called hours, it is an integer array, so it would be int hours, and then inside of brackets we would say 6. And what this is going to do is tell C++ we are declaring an array of type int that has 6 elements that is referred to as hours. So from here on out, when we refer to a subscript of that array, we can refer to hours and then in brackets 0. That will refer to the 0th element in our array, so the first element. When we refer to hours and then in brackets 1, that will refer to the second element in our array, element number 1, which we can also contain a variable's value in, so on and so forth. So as we go through the code samples, you'll see this in a code sample when we get at the end here. We can go through and provide values to that. If I scroll down just a little bit more here, we can actually see this is program 7 dash, not dot, 7-1. It's on 384. And as we go through on line number 12, and it doesn't highlight here with OBS, I'm sorry, on line number 12, I'm going to try it again, but it's going to keep spitting me out. Here, we're going to ask you to enter the hours worked by any given employee. And as we go through, what you'll really do, you can see here on lines 14 through 19, we're just asking the user via a cin to enter those values. So cin and then hours sub 0. What that's going to do is take that value from our user and store it into hours sub 0. The next cin will store that value into hours sub 1. The next cin hours sub 2, so on and so forth. So then what we see here with our cout statements is the opposite side of that coin. It's the same deal. We are going to show the users the hours they entered by in our cout statement, just displaying our subscript. So hours sub 0, hours sub 1, hours sub 2, sub 3, sub 4, etc. So the output, you can see, would look just like this. We are getting from the user the 20, 12, 40, 30, 30, and 15. And what we are outputting is those stored values by accessing the element number of the array as we go through.